Any local business worth its salt has a story, but this one in particular has a story that goes back 2 centuries across 2 continents. I'm Javan Hamilton, and this is Three Brothers Bakery.
The king cake.
I was trying not to be stirred.
How are you?
This is like a great sense of community here, and I love that.
Oh, thanks. We know our customers really well, and we have great customers. We have great employees. That's what it takes to make a business. It takes a community, right? My name is Bobby Jucker. I'm co-owner of Three Brothers Bakery. Three Brothers Bakery is obviously a bakery. We're a full-service bakery. We make all kinds of things from cakes to cookies to Danish to all kinds of custom cakes to Mardi Gras cakes to cheesecakes. We just make everything that's bakery related.
Bobby Jucker is a 5th-generation baker whose family has been in business for 200 years.
My dad was in the Holocaust with his brothers and sister and was in a concentration camp. After they were let go, they looked for their parents for 5 years and ran a German bakery. Their sister moved here to Houston, and they soon followed after she told them that the streets were lined with gold. They worked at a bakery here for a very short while. It was 120 degrees. They were sweating so bad. They lost 6 pounds every day. They said, we can do this on our own. And they bought a small little bakery on Holman Street and started Three Brothers Bakery here in the United States.
The award-winning Three Brothers Bakery, as it stands, is still family-owned and has been in business for nearly 70 years, known for their kosher selection of rye bread, coffee cakes, danishes, life-size gingerbread men, and my favorite pastry ever. Oh my God, y'all. I found pedophores. When I originally planned this story, it was to explore king cakes in Houston. But Three Brothers was the only bakery to really catch my attention. This world-famous brioche has become a staple at Three Brothers, making headlines across the entire Houston press. Their king cakes are served alongside many other carnival-themed treats.
About 5 years ago, we went on a bakery convention of bakeries from around the United States to New Orleans. And on that trip, we went to the bakeries in New Orleans that you would know, Gambino's, Rendazzo's, a lot of the bakeries that are very, very Ambrosia.
Ambrosia is an institution in my previous home of Baton Rouge. 2 years ago on my other show, I got to see up close how a traditional king cake is made. So I can imagine it being quite the experience for Jucker.
We learned that we did not make king cakes the way they make them in New Orleans. They were very kind. Everyone was very kind. They showed us how to make king cakes the classic way. And so we came back and changed the way we make our king cakes. It was a very big game-changing experience because people from New Orleans, and we had a very big influx during Katrina, came here and they did not see the things that they're used to seeing. And we think that when we changed this, they noticed and they came.
You can take us out of New Orleans, but you can't take New Orleans out of us. So we know what a king cake is supposed to be. Well...
So I was telling you the story of a gentleman who is a heart surgeon here, who is from New Orleans, who came in last year, and he gets all his king cakes from New Orleans, has them shipped here, and went to a party, and they had our king cake there. And he started ordering his king cakes from us.
Yeah. Just walking into Three Brothers Bakery smelled like home, with the scent of king cakes permeating the sales floor. It gave me the fondest memories of Mackenzie's, a New Orleans tradition that went out of business around the turn of the century. My friend Batman, who's also from New Orleans, he calls king cakes, quote, glorified cinnamon rolls. It's so rude.
King cakes really haven't had a big, huge presence in the Houston area. I've been making king cakes for about 20 years now. So, and we've sold a few, here and there during the last 20 years, but nothing like in the last 4 years.
A lot of my old co-workers at Local 33 News in Baton Rouge had to send off on their king cakes after leaving Louisiana for different television markets. But I have all the satisfaction in the world knowing that I'm getting the true, authentic thing right here in my new backyard at Three Brothers Bakery.
King cakes have really become so popular here that we've actually extended it into different holidays. We'll do red, white, and blue for 4th of July. For Valentine's, we'll do different pink, for the sugar.
Jucker was named one of the top bakers in the entire country by Bake Magazine in 2016. He's seen elected officials, dignitaries, and one of his most interesting creations was featured on BuzzFeed.
After our pecan pie came out, Greg Morago from the Houston Chronicle called us and said, want to do a story about the pecan pie? And he, talking to my wife, says, hey, I have this idea. You think you can get your husband to do it? I did it. We call it the Pumpacapple. It's 3 pies baked in 3 different cakes. It's about 25 to 30 pounds. It's about 12 inches tall. It's a pecan pie baked in a chocolate cake, an apple pie baked in apple spice cake, and a pumpkin pie baked in a pumpkin spice cake. And it's covered in cream cheese icing and has nuts around the side and drizzle on it. It went viral. It ended up on Saturday Night Live.
It's what Texans are calling diet cake.
It went to over 600 stations around the country and went on ABC, Good Morning America, and we sold out. We couldn't do it anymore.
They've been in business for nearly 70 years, so they've seen so many generations of customers. It's why they live by the tagline, memory makers who happen to be bakers.
We feel like we're in a lot of people's celebrations and a lot of their events that happen in their lives, and we want to be that. We've always wanted to be that, and I think we are.
But there isn't a legacy without a fair share of setbacks.
We've had 4 floods, a hurricane, and a fire within the span of 18 years.
That resilience, especially after Harvey, earned them the Phoenix Award from the United States Small Business Administration, which would inspire Visa to launch the Back to Business Project, providing assistance and support to small businesses affected by natural disasters.
That's been me and my wife's focus, is how do we get people to go and help people in disaster zones? Well, that's our push right now, is to help those communities. ThreeBrothersBakery.com, which is the number 3, Brothers Bakery, BROTHERS Bakery.com, is the best way to get in touch with us. I'm Bobby Jucker with Three Brothers Bakery, and this is Houston.